Hey everyone, welcome to the next video. It's been some time, but I just haven't felt like making anything, and now I do. Today I have something I've actually had for like 2 months, and I've been excited to review it, but I've also been lazy, so that's why we're doing it now. I have the Norvina Collection Volume 1 palette. Or I guess technically Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1 by ANASTASIA Beverly Hills. It's really beautiful. I've been like really wanting to like wear it, but I wanted to do a first impression, so I fought the urge. Anyway, don't mind my nails, are really, I gotta paint them, but that's okay. Cute. Like, I actually really like the box, and it's really shiny and pretty. Now this one, this is very large and in charge, whereas you have like this, it's made of like papery kind of cardboard, you know, not too sturdy. This is like, I'm gonna keep you safe palette. I got you, Pigments, you know, I won't let you down. Let's see, 25 colors. So that's amazing, and it has like, this whole thing is a mirror. That's really cool. No wonder it's so heavy duty. That's what I was trying to think of. Very heavy duty palette. The colors are just magnificent. The colors are really just so pretty. I love purple so much. It's my favorite color. I think I've said this like a million times already, but so beautiful. And I like how it's not just purple. There's reds, there's yellow, this like kind of peach color down here. I'm very excited. We'll see what kind of look I create. I put nude lip because I didn't know where this was gonna go. But I'm assuming colorful because this is like popping with color. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and swatch them. That's a lot. I guess we'll swatch them by row. And there's our girl. We'll swatch them by row and go through and see how we like everything. And by we, I mean me. Alright, so right off the bat, pretty good. A couple of the colors kind of weird, but not even that weird. I'm not mad at it. I don't know, maybe I'm just biased because I really like purple. The first row are the A colors, which is starting from A1 all the way up. Alright, so A1 is A1. Okay. It's a little bit hard to see on camera, but in person, like, that is beautiful. It's like a really frosty lilac kind of color. Second color, A2, right here. That one's pretty good too. Kind of reminds me more of like crushed grape soda, that kind of color. This next one's kind of more of a wine color. That's A3. A little bit leaning more towards a maroonish, I think, but also very pretty, very purpley. Now let me just say, the metallics in this palette so far, swatched like 3 so far, are pretty great. But I think a lot of the times it's kind of easy to do well with metallics, but this one's A4, and that one is just like a bronze dream. It is beautiful. I love it. I think it's really pretty, and I definitely want to use that like maybe today. I don't know. I always say I'm going to do a certain thing and then I change my mind, but very pretty. And then the bottom one is A5. That one, I might have swatched it weird because I used my thumb, and so it kind of went on weird, but it's still pretty. I mean, it's very slightly like patchy, very slightly, but it's also, like I said, it might have just been my weird swatching, but I think overall the A row is very good. I think it's great. So far so good. For the next row we have B1 through 5, and that's just how it's going to go all the way down, just the letters. Same thing with B. This one actually, do I like it more? I don't know, it's like evenly likable. And they look similar on camera, but in person they look different. I don't know if that makes sense. Like these two pinks this one and that one, totally different. And then this one's a completely different finish altogether, so that's like a whole other story. There's so much going on in this palette, and we're only in the second row. But yeah, B1 I liked a lot. Swatched very nice. Definitely very like neon pink, but like magenta actually, because it's kind of almost purple, but it's really pink too. B2 is very beautiful as well. It's very coppery. I'm kind of into like a summery, like glowy thing right now, and I feel like that would go well with what I'm kind of searching for. B3, this pink right here, again, it's very pretty. It's let's see, it has glitter in it, but it's also metallic. Is it metallic technically? I don't know. Some of these are eyeshadows and some of them are pressed pigments. So the majority, there's a lot of pressed pigments. Where were we? But yeah, and then B4, I also actually pretty like, I like this dark vampy kind of purple. Almost like eggplanty. Okay, and then this last one, I really messed up the swatch. I did, it was my bad. But even so, it's not that bad. It's a little bit lighter, but maybe that one's closer to eggplant. I don't know, it's also kind of wine color. The undertones are different, but they're actually really similar. I think that might be the one drawback, is that there's a lot of purples, but there's only so much you can do with purple. They're kind of really similar, so it's like, oh, you probably didn't need another one of those shades. But it's okay. So far, so good. I will say that these definitely do stain. My fingertips are a little bit stained, and then my arms, well, it doesn't look that bad, but you can see it a little bit. It took a second to wipe it all off. So, if you're really bothered by that, but they're really like pigmented colors, so you kind of should expect that anyway. Alright, so moving on, we have row C, which is this white going all the way up here. Row C was kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever really had a true to white shade, like an eyeshadow. I've had like kind of off-white, eggshell kind of colors, ivory, never like white. And unfortunately, I'm not really impressed with this one. It's kind of patchy. Here's our row C. I could try piling more on and see if that helps at all. But I mean, do you really want to keep doing that all the time? Yeah, it's still kind of really patchy. I mean, on camera I think it looks okay, but in person I'm not super convinced about it. I think they probably maybe could have done better, but I don't know how hard whites are. I know that darker colors are though. The yellow though, C2, hello, that's really pretty. That I knew, I saw that and I knew I was gonna like it. I was like, ooh, that looks so good. Then after that, another surprising beauty, but also not surprising because they're like the metallic-y ones. C3, you see that one? That is just like, whoa, beautiful. It's like it reminds me of pomegranates. I know pomegranates aren't really that color, but that's what it reminds me of. It's just so pretty. And then underneath that, another egg plum maroon purpley color, also pretty. But I am getting tired of those. There's a lot of those, and they look really similar. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference unless I have them next to each other. Anyway, so the last color is like this kind of brown, kind of orangey undertone, to be honest. It swatched okay too. My swatches with my thumbs are really bad, so just don't judge it based on that. But it did okay. Moving on to row D, and then we have one more row, and then we'll actually get started. Row D actually is a vibe. It reminds me of Wonder Woman, and I love Wonder Woman. Anyway, the yellow was not super impressive, kind of like the white. It was okay. Let's see compared to my Juvia's Place, because that thing, this yellow, I don't remember much about it, but I remember that I liked it. Yeah. See, like this yellow's just kind of more uniform, whereas this one's a little bit patchy. But, I mean, it's not like super bad. I think it would be fine on the lids, but I just noticed that difference a little bit. And but this one's a little bit darker, as you can see. This is more vibrant, so that's a different variety of yellow. The second shade, again, these like shimmery metallics I'm just here for. It's just, you're not getting the full spectrum of it, but it's really pretty. It looks like almost duochrome because of the glitter. Trying really hard not to get purple on my yellow shirt. But there's like pink glitters and white glitter. It's just really, really pretty. I love it. It's like a winter wonderland almost. And then we have the red, which is D3. Very strong red. I like this red. It's very vibrant, and I definitely see myself using it. Again, I'm getting Wonder Woman vibes, and my creative juices are flowing a little bit. But anyway, then we have D4, which is this dark blue. Pretty good too. It also has very small micro glitter. I almost forgot it was glittery until I looked into the pan, and the pan is glittery, but it's like matte with just glitter in it, which is okay. Again, the glitter's not standing out as much, but if you like, you know, less obvious glitter, then that's a good color. And then the black is really good. Very, very opaque. Like, you can see that. It is here. Honestly, it's like the strongest one there, and I'm very surprised because, you know, the darker colors are hard. But yeah, this is row D minus this top one. That's row D. And so far, so good. I totally forgot to show how row D looks in the pan. This is row D right here. You see that glitter? Very strong. You can see it a little bit in this one too. Okay, our last row is right here, row E, and I'm very excited for this color. So let's go ahead and see how these swatch. Alright, so I have very mixed feelings about row E. The first shade, E1, ballpark, gone, okay? Very, very good. Very shimmery. It just reminds me of like peaches or something, or like summer. E2 is not bad either. The orange is really vibrant, and I don't know, I'm kind of into it. Now, when we get down to E3, the first thing that comes to my mind is the scene from Monsters, Inc. when he talks about the puce pieces of paper, and I'm pretty sure that's this color. I don't know. I'll look into it later, but I see that and I think puce, because I don't really like it. It kind of looks like pukey green / yellow. I'm not really into it. It's very, very, very like olivey yellow mustard. I don't know. I'm not really into it. It's not ugly, but I don't like it for myself. The hot pink, or is it hot pink? It's kind of like hot orange. I don't know. It didn't, the other pinks in there are way more fabulous. I guess it's like a scarlet color, but I don't know. I'm not super impressed. It's not bad. It's not patchy. The color doesn't speak to me as much. And then the last color is this brown with like red undertones. Pretty solid color. I like how they have a couple of normal colors, you know, to work with, the browns. Definitely helps you build looks with it. But yeah, so now I have to come up with something that I want to put on my eyes. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the makeup look, and then we'll see how it applied. Alright, so I created a look. I kind of liked it without the glitter liner better, but that's okay. I think it's actually pretty still. You know, glitter liner is my thing right now, always, apparently, ever since I learned how to do it. And this one didn't turn out too well because I was overexcited and I just kind of did it sloppily. But these colors are very, very creamy, first of all. Very creamy, really easy to blend, really easy to work with, and I really like them. Of course, I always end up with like the same look that I always do, but I guess, you know, everyone has their tastes. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk you... Oh, I got glitter in my contact. Oh, that's another thing. There is a lot of... Not a lot, but there's a little bit of fallout. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk you through the steps, and then you'll see how I did this look. It's fairly simple. So I'm actually starting off with the color that I hated on the most, starting with E3, and that's going to kind of help me transition into whatever I was thinking of. I don't know, it's just my first instinct to do that color. So that's what we're going to start with. after E3, I went in with C5, and C5 very pleasantly surprised me. I didn't know that it would blend so well and beautiful. I really didn't know. It's gorgeous, but you'll see for yourself. So anyway, I just kind of blended that a little bit just to add more dimension. So after that, oh, there's some fallout in the pan, but after that, I went in with E5 down here on the outer corner, again, just to give it some depth, and I think it's actually really pretty. It ended up, like, it looks kind of purpley. It's really cool. Okay, and then I went in with D5, which is the black, and I just ever so slightly just kind of like tap into it, very almost not visible amount. Okay, this is the most makeup I've put on in a very long time. Okay, so then after that, I actually was a little bit conflicted. I did a couple of things, and I'm only going to do them because I did them on this side, but I actually was really excited about C3, so I put that on my lid, and then I changed my mind and I wanted E1 after that. So that's what I'm going to do. So with E1, I did a flat brush and sprayed setting spray, but I also did my finger because it was nice, but I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, and that's why I went for E1 instead of C3, because it was a little bit too dark for what I wanted. I want kind of a more, you know, kind of look. Anyway, my left contact is still not back in the game, but we're going with it. Okay, almost done too. Alright, so then after that, I just get some E3 and a little bit of C5, which is the brown, and the puce that I used up here, and you know, just put it on the bottom. And then I use the beautiful C2 bright yellow, this one. I use that in my inner corner just to really brighten things up. Okay, so now we are done with that, and then I'll just put liner, glitter liner, and we'll be ready to go. Alright everyone, well, I'm done, finally. Actually, I think it's quite pretty. Actually, like I said, I maybe would have preferred it without the glitter liner. I think it looks pretty still, but for more natural, you know, easier, maybe not as much underneath, you know, but I actually think it's really pretty. I really like this palette. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, not the full 10, because some of them are a little iffy, and then like I said, some of the purples are really similar, so you're like, okay, I've seen this already, you know. It's a little bit different, but they're similar enough to be like, I don't really need that many of them. Like, I would have preferred maybe lighter toned purples, like more variety of those than just the darker ones, but it's still, I mean, it's very pretty. Oh, the white and the yellow were kind of patchy, but besides those, you know, overall it's really, really pretty. I like the look that I created. Everything blended really easily. Everything was super creamy. I'm actually really happy with the purchase. It's super pretty. That row D actually still has my heart. I think it's so cool. But yeah, this is the look that I created. I like it. I hope you like it. If you didn't like it, then there's other looks you can make with this palette. But I just kind of wanted to do something kind of glowy and sunset-y kind of today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the eye look, and I hope you like the palette if you choose to buy it. I think it's pretty good. So definitely recommend it if you want to throw down that much cash. But yeah, so I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you in my next video.